Hello, beautiful people. Let's see who's awake. Because I got a lot to talk about, and I'm very, very, very excited because Star Wars Celebration Day 1 occurred today. And this is the first year where I am, really into the Star Wars universe. I mean, it's the first year where I've truly, truly delved into it in the form of an addiction or an unhealthy habit, and those are always the best kinds. So I'm just gonna wait for a while until people get on because I don't really want to speak to nobody. And I don't want to get started and start talking about everything that I want to get off my chest before people do get in. Frederick says, "Hi, hello. Have you heard the news? Are you a Star Wars fan? I have a lot to say." I know this is very controversial. I know that a lot has been going on in the Star Wars universe, and I know that even Mandalorian season 3 has been a bit controversial. I've enjoyed it so far. I have some really, really interesting reactions that I'm really excited for you guys to see. But Star Wars Celebration was today, and my god, I just wanted to show you guys. I took these out to celebrate. I took them out of my display because I am celebrating. I Before I started talking about Rey, before I start talking about it, I want to preface how my Star Wars opinions have changed because they honestly have changed. I truly mean it. Hello, everybody. Salim says, "Good evening from Amman." Hello, Salim. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Galaxy Boy says, "Hi." Fizzy Painter says, "I'm also a huge Star Wars fan." God bless you. I'm really excited. Leo says, "Rey's yellow lightsaber is the mark of a Jedi Sentinel, a Jedi who honed their skills in a balance of combat and scholarly pursuits." That's really cool. My lightsaber turns yellow, but it's on green mode because I thought maybe you guys wouldn't be able to see the yellow. I just wanted to point that out. I got it ready for the video. Anyways, so I know that the Star Wars universe has been really controversial. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on my opinions on Star Wars because they really have changed. And I'll do that briefly here. I love the original trilogy much more than I ever did when I originally reacted to those films. And I hate to say it. I hate to say that when I originally reacted to those films, I didn't love them as much as everybody else did. And I truly believed that people only loved them simply because of nostalgia. However, I don't know what happened to me, but my love for the original trilogy, all three of them, especially A New Hope, which is an unpopular opinion of mine, A New Hope is the best one, in my opinion. I just grew to love those original films so much. And that was something that a lot of people kind of bashed me for when I originally reacted to the movies. And they kind of said that my opinions weren't valid because of how bad I hearkened on those original movies and loved the sequels. So before I talk about this new Ray movie, I would like to say A New Hope is my favorite Star Wars movie now. That is my favorite Star Wars movie. However, it doesn't mean that I don't love the sequels because every time I rewatch all 9 films, 10 because I watch Rogue One with it. I skip Solo, obviously. My opinion on that has not changed. However, I still love the sequels. And I think Rey is a great character. I've grown really attached to her from the day I met her. I still think The Force Awakens is an amazing movie. I admire Ryan Johnson for what he did with The Last Jedi, and I can see the problems with The Rise of Skywalker. However, for some reason, I mean, call me dumb, but I still have a hell of a good time watching it. Those visual effects, so fun. The comedy in The Rise of Skywalker really works for me. And I mean, really works for me. Fun fact, I met Anthony Daniels a month ago, who plays C3PO in all 9 movies, and he said The Rise of Skywalker was an absolute hassle to work on for the amount of reshoots that they did. They were calling these guys in every other week for new additional footage. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be saying that, but that's what he told me. And he seemed like a really nice guy, despite all of the rumors about him being a total douchebag, by the way. Don't believe it. He was so kind to everybody he met and everybody I saw him interact with. He was wonderful. So, anyways, I'm going to read your comments and then begin to talk about the announcements in Star Wars Celebration. So, Shane says, "Hello there." Hello there. The Captain Deadpool says, I liked Rey in Force Awakens, but Rise of Skywalker ruined her character for me, Palpatine granddaughter. I totally get where you're coming from, and I'm so sorry that that didn't work for you. I was fine with it. I just didn't really care at that time. And now that I care more, it's just something that I've mentally gotten used to. Noel says, just close Screen Crush to watch you. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. God bless you. Armin says, hey from Germany. Hello there. I didn't mean to say hello there. It just came out naturally. Galaxy Boy says, I was the same, lol. Yeah. Taku says, hello. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Galaxy Boy says, my main criticism of the OT was the aging. The original trilogy? The aging? Did they age through the movies? I didn't even notice that. The Last Jedi is so bad. Well, that's a lot of people's opinion, so I can't blame you for it. Brendan Dean says, have you watched Andor season 1 yet? No, I haven't, and I am going to react to it for you guys. Mimi says, Mimi, why are you donating money? You don't need to do that. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. You didn't need to do that, honestly. Rey is my favorite character. I know people have issues with her, but the message of picking your family really resonates with me. Oh, I'm so glad that you feel that way. I'm so glad that you feel that way. That's really great. And you know what? You're actually really right. Rey did choose her family. And I guess that's the point of her choosing Rey Skywalker as her name. I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Thank you so much for your super chat. I didn't even know that super chats existed for my channel. So thank you for letting me know that super chats exist, and thank you so much for your donation. Wow, thank you so much. Galaxy Boy says the films look not that good. That's what I meant to say. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the aging of the visual effects. I find it really endearing now. So when I rewatch A New Hope, I'm just like, oh, that's really cute. Just how bad it looks. But also, it also looks good in a way. I mean, I really love the X-Wing like fight at the end, like going into the reactor and stuff. I really love that. Fancy Smart Guy says, I love the sequels. Can't wait for more. Me neither. I'm about to start talking about it. Nil says, you're going to love Andor. I heard it's going to make me cry, and I'm very excited for that. Brandon says, it's amazing, slow burn, but the story is amazing. I'm down. I love dramas. Galaxy Boy says, but for the time of the films were amazing. Yeah, definitely. Those films revolutionized cinema, and I think that's why I've grown to love them because I feel like I should respect them. All right, we're going to start talking about it. We're going to get into it. A new Star Wars movie set 15 years after The Rise of Skywalker, starring Daisy Ridley as Rey, as a Jedi Master trying to rebuild the Jedi Order. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Also, someone on Twitter pointed out to me, Kylo Ren forced Ghost. Why not? Why not? You brought back everybody. You brought back Luke. You brought back Obi-Wan. You brought back Anakin, young Anakin, in the special editions. You brought back Yoda. You brought back Qui-Gon Jinn in Obi-Wan Kenobi. You can bring back Kylo Ren, and I'm sure Adam Driver will come back to it. That guy is itching to get back into Star Wars. Not to say that he doesn't have a great career. Oh, he does. But I mean, damn, have you guys seen Marriage Story? That meme, the Rey Star Wars movie. The reason it excites me is not only because I love Rey with all my heart, and just seeing her back again just kind of shuts up all of the Star Wars haters and feels like a huge slap in the face to them. So on a petty level, I'm really glad about that. And on another note, I feel like she could be redeemed towards those haters. This is an opportunity for them to right their wrongs and really get the entire Star Wars community together. Unfortunately, after watching the Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan and Mando, it just doesn't seem like the entire Star Wars fan base can connect on one thing. It doesn't seem that way. Other than the Clone Wars and Rebels, because everybody says those are great, and I will be watching them. I'll get to that when I talk about Ahsoka. Galaxy Boy says the films look not that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fancy Smart Guy says I love the sequels. Oh wait, no, I already read these. I'm sorry, guys. The Captain Deadpool says, "Have you seen the Clone Wars? I'm going to be reacting to the final season very soon." And now I guess I should talk about the Ahsoka trailer. Ahsoka trailer came out. I watched 5 seconds of it, and then I realized that I'm spoiling it for myself. I'm going to be watching the final season of the Clone Wars and then Rebels, even though I do know significant information about what goes on in those shows, 'cause sorry, because I did extensive research about Bo-Katan, about Ahsoka. So the Thrawn stuff and the Ezra stuff, I know a lot about that kind of stuff. So I don't know, and I know a lot about Maul, and I know about Bo-Katan's sister, and I know a little bit about Sabine. So I don't know. I'm really interested to go into it with the knowledge that I have. I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm sure it's not going to be as bad as the first seasons of the Clone Wars because that was hell to react to. I think you guys need to realize the reason Clone Wars frustrated me so much is because the content wasn't amazing, and reacting to a show and then editing the video and scheduling the video and uploading it takes effort. So when you're reacting to something that you don't like, it shows. Faking it, it's never a good idea, and it's just not for me. So I decided to just stop doing that show. And upon high demand, we're getting back into Clone Wars, also because Ahsoka, and I'm really excited for it. I also know that Hayden Christensen is coming back for Ahsoka, and I'm so down for that. I met him last month. Very, very happy about it. Oh, and by the way, if you guys watched my last stream, I would just like to mention I finished the Skywalker saga. I was on 98% and I finished it last night, and I reached 100% and I finished the entire game, 1,200 collectibles, all mine. And then I restarted it this morning. I opened a new save. Oh god, it's such a good game. Brandon says, I remember watching your first ever A New Hope reaction when you had just uploaded it. Good times. Good times for me too. When I rewatch that video though, and all of my Star Wars reactions, I do wish that my editing was better. There are some things. My Order 66 reaction isn't in the video. How did I miss that in editing? I'm sorry. There's no way to just justify it. I'm sorry, you guys, truly. I do think my editing has gotten better. If you guys have any pointers, please let me know. Leo says Ben Solo's lightsaber color was blue during his time as Luke's Jedi apprentice and red during his time as Kylo Ren. What color would he have if he lived on as a redeemed Jedi? I mean, I guess it would be blue, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I don't know. Shane retracted his message. Why would you do that, Shane? What did you say that was so controversial? I'm kidding. Love you, Shane. Galaxy Boy says, I'm just saying if you were to react to Clone Wars season 7, you will cry for days. That ending is oof. It hit me like a brick. Also been here since Phantom Menace reaction. Thank you so much, Galaxy Boy. Trust me, I know. I've seen your comments. I remember my viewers, by the way, especially people who consistently comment. Trust me, you guys have my heart. And my dad knows you guys too, because he sees my comments as well. He's kind of like my manager. He always tells me what you guys want me to do and what you don't want me to do. The amount of times he's told me to continue watching Clone Wars is hilarious. Armin says, I love Daisy Ridley, but it's not the same with Rey's character. Maybe the new movie will change my view. I really do hope so. I really do hope so. I mean, I hope Star Wars fans get to enjoy Star Wars. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? Also, directing the movie is one of the directors from Miss Marvel. So if you guys watched my Miss Marvel reactions, that made me feel really proud because that show means a lot to me. And South Asian representation is where it's at. Mimi says, I think there's too much Star Wars content for people to get on the same page, but that's okay. Everyone has their thing. You know, now that I'm reacting to The Mandalorian, and wanting to react to Andor and also wanting to react to the Bad Batch. Because by the way, and how's nobody mentioned that? Does nobody want me to react to the Bad Batch? I thought that was just a given that people would want that. It does feel like a lot is going on, especially now that I want to add Clone Wars and Rebels onto my list because I have to do it before August. I don't want to watch Ahsoka without having watched the Clone Wars and Rebels. I think it's a totally dumb idea. The Captain Deadpool says, I really tried to like The Rise of Skywalker, but the plot holes are just too huge. Can you guys just you know what? Rip into the comment section. Tell me everything you don't like about any Star Wars property. Just go for it. Even if it's the sequels, even if it's about Rey, just go for it. I genuinely want to know your opinions. Just rip into them. I want to know. I'll read them all out loud. Leo's, and no bad language. Leo says Ben Solo's, I mean, you can, but I just wouldn't read out loud. Leo says Ben Solo's lightsaber color was blue. Oh no, I read that. Brandon says the first season of Rebels is like only Clone Wars. God, better fuel Huel. Me and my dad are watching Better Call Saul right now. We're on season 2. Great stuff. Ray, bad character. I'm glad you feel that way, my guy. I hope it changes. B Master says, "Is this live?" No, it's not. This is pre-recorded. Don't worry about it. Galaxy Boy says, "Nice. I have all the packs in Skywalker Saga. Amazing. So funny. Me too." I paid what, $3? Salim says, "I'm so excited to witness a Star Wars movie in the cinema with you." Me too. Inshallah. Me too. I'm so hyped. Salim, you better stay alive before then. I do not want to see these movies without you. We're getting 3 new Star Wars movies. Salim, my cousin, one of my closest friends, grew up with this guy. I got him into Star Wars about a year and a half after I got into it, and we've been ride or dies ever since. We just use it as another excuse to call each other in the middle of the night. Wolfie says, "Ray, you sound like Finn." I swear I need someone to make a compilation of every time Finn yells, "Ray!" So I can tweet it and say, "This has been me all day." Trust me, you guys don't want to be around me within the next couple of days. Noel says, "Hi, Dad." Baba, if you're watching this, hello. Salam alaikum. I think he's asleep right now. It's, by the way, it's 1:52 in the morning, my time, just so you know. Brandon says, "I forgot about the Bad Batch." Really, season 2 just ended, and apparently it's really good. Leo says, "Ray noticed in the Rise of Skywalker novel that Ben has Han's facial features and Leia's brown eyes." Hmm, that made me sad. Ben Solo. I do like calling him Ben Solo. Wolfie says, "Bad Batch is a sequel to Clone Wars, so assumed you wouldn't want to." Oh, really? Apparently, it's a lot more mature. It's a lot more mature, and I really dig that stuff. Galaxy Boy says, "I love Bad Batch. So good it's good all the way. So fun and dark." Yeah, I heard it's mature. Armin says, "Bad Batch is an okay show, but not a must watch to me." Very interesting. Yeah, Star Wars fans are the worst. I mean, I don't think they're the worst. It's kind of like how I react when someone says something about Harry Potter. So I try my best to not be a hypocrite. I realize that hypocrisy is one of my worst traits, so I'm trying my best to combat it. I've been doing a lot of self reflecting this year, trying to become better and better and better in every way possible, and just be a more well rounded person, to be honest with you guys. Wolfie says Star Wars is perfect. I agree. It's a lot of fun. I've liked every Star Wars thing I've ever seen, apart from the first season of Clone Wars, apart from Solo. But it's not that Solo's bad. I don't think it's bad. I just think that I just it just didn't work for me. I do love Amelia Clark though. Noel says, "No spoiler, didn't like the cameos in the last episode of The Mandalorian." I know, I love Lizzo, but what? What? I haven't seen it, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll see it for myself and come up with an opinion. Brandon says, "Fun fact: the prop designers in the Rise of Skywalker were told to design Ochi's blade to line up with something, but J.J. Abrams had no idea what he wanted to line up with." What? Mm, unfortunately, it doesn't surprise me. Anthony Daniels said they were reshooting for days, so it doesn't surprise me. The Captain Deadpool says, "Didn't like Palpatine being in Rise of Skywalker. Doesn't make any sense with him saying in episode 3 that he doesn't know how to use the Force to bring back people from the dead." Does he really say that? Yikes. Yikes, man. Yeah, I totally get why you guys would be frustrated. When I originally reacted to the movies, especially the sequels, I had no connection to Star Wars. I was watching them in order, like from start to finish in the span of what, 4 weeks? Maybe 2 months? And so I didn't really feel a connection. So in the opening crawl, when I saw the dead speak, Emperor Palpatine has returned, I was like, okay. I mean, the reaction is on YouTube. You guys can check it out. It's kind of funny. I don't know if I reacted to that. I don't know if I kept in that part where Poe Dameron says somehow Palpatine has returned, but I hope I did. Also, my reaction to Kylo telling Rey that she was a Palpatine was so monotone because I was eating like cheese balls. It was random. I was young and I was so casual about filming reactions. To be honest with you, I do wish that that kind of nonchalantness does come back eventually. Nil says, "And by the way, thank you so much. You helped me through COVID, and I'll be forever thankful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that." I watch a lot of YouTubers. I watch people's reactions, and so it's a lot of fun to know that you guys in some way get that catharsism that I get from other YouTubers from me, and that's just unbelievable. I mean, I'm just a person here enjoying Star Wars and enjoying watching TV shows, and so the fact that you guys find enjoyment from watching stuff with me, it just feels like I have a bunch of friends around the world, and that's so, 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 so kind of you guys. Sorry. Wolfie says Clone Wars season 1 and 2 are very kiddie. Starts to get more mature in season 3 and 4, but by the last couple of seasons, it's pretty mature throughout, and Bad Batch follows the vibe. Good, good. I think every time you have a fandom is when you get bad fans and lots of fighting, not something that's exclusive to Star Wars at all. I agree. I agree. But I think the reason the general public sees that Star Wars fans are the most intense, quite frankly, and I'm sorry to say this, is because of how poorly they've treated people online. I mean, what was her name? Kelly Marie Tran, who plays Rose. She didn't deserve the racism she got. Daisy Ridley didn't deserve bullying for her just doing her job and reading a script. If you guys wanted to bully someone, bully J.J. Abrams or bully Kathleen Kennedy, which I know you guys already do. And I'm not telling you guys to go do that. No, I don't condone bullying. And then, God, John Boyega, he dealt with a lot of racism from a minority in the Star Wars community, and the minority are always the loudest. And then, not to mention the actress who plays Reva, that was tough to watch. I mean, I remember when that was happening because I watched the first two episodes of Obi-Wan when they initially aired, and I uploaded my reactions at that time. And I remember feeling really hurt because I saw some of the stuff that was being sent to her on Twitter. It was just absolutely unbelievable to me. Anakin Skywalker's tragic story provides an important lesson about the risk of unbridled authority, as well as the need to stick to one's convictions and principles. I totally agree, and I also think Anakin has one of the saddest arcs I've ever seen. Him having a dream of his wife's death, and then trying everything possible to prevent that from happening. But ultimately, those specific actions leading to her death, that's tragedy. It rhymes. It's like poetry. If you guys got that reference, I love you all. And if you didn't, it's George Lucas in the behind the scenes footage of the Phantom Menace. Oh, I've also really been getting into Star Wars memes, especially with the Lego Skywalker saga. I mean, not just the men, but the women and the children too. And did I ever tell you the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I mean, I'm just all over the Star Wars memes. And what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? That's, I'm making myself laugh at this point. Someone needs to get me out of here. Nil says Star Wars fans are like Mandalorians. We're stronger together. I totally agree. I totally agree. By the way, a really close friend of mine who owns a comic shop in Dubai, which I got all my stuff from, is actually at Star Wars Celebration right now. He's a huge fan. He's met everybody. He met Carrie. He met Mark Hamill. I'm so jealous of him, but he gets to go to these cons. And so when they announced Daisy Ridley, he texted me, and I was very excited. I was very excited. Um, Nil says, I have spoken. You have spoken. The Captain Deadpool says he first said to Anakin that Plagueis could do that, but he misled Anakin. After he killed Mace Windu, he basically said, well, I lied. You're right. You're right. Armin says, no actor deserves to be bullied. They're just doing what they're told to do. Yeah, exactly. They're just doing their jobs. Leo says, the court of public opinion is cruel and characters do not deserve the hate they get. Not just the characters. It gets really bad when it goes down to the actors. I mean, and not just that. Ahmed Best played Jar Jar, which, by the way, I've reacted to the episode. I know. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You know what? I'm not even going to say it. If you know, you know. I had a really great reaction to that, and I'm really excited to upload that one. Anyways, Ahmed Best drove himself to unalive himself because of the backlash he got from playing Jar Jar. Was that deserved? What about the kid who played young Anakin in The Phantom Menace? That's just horrendous behavior. Leo says, oh, did that. Yoda says Star Wars is Walmart quality now. You think so? I still find enjoyment in it, but I can see the decline in quality. However, I have loved that Mandalorian Season 2 focuses on Bo-Katan because Katie Sackhoff is amazing, and I like the character of Bo-Katan, and just all of the stuff with the Darksaber and retaking Mandalore, I find that stuff really interesting. Beamaster says, unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. It's really sad. The Captain Deadpool says, to cheat death is a power that only one achieved. So yeah, plot hole central. I can't people are gonna have, and I'm really nervous because I just don't want more Ray hate. I mean, come on, I hate her. By the way, this I think this is the first Funko Pop ever where a character's eyes are closed and you can see her lashes. I just think that looks really great, and she's floating. And then this is her with her yellow saber because I support Rey Skywalker. And the message that that brings towards, as someone beautiful mentioned here, about chosen family and stuff like that. I think it's cool. Jotham says, I like her as an actress. I like the foundation of her character, except that she has no mud section to her arc. And I'm guessing you're talking about how, like, for example, in The Empire Strikes Back, Luke struggled during training. Oh, and by the way, that's another thing. Anthony Daniels did say, should I say this? Because this will just fuel the Ray hate. Anthony Daniels did tell me because I did tell him that I loved Ray. He did say, I do think it's weird that she does things that Luke could never do with none of the training that Luke did. So I'm just gonna be honest, you guys. That is what he said. I swear to God. Wolfie says lots of Bo-Katan and Darksaber and Clone Wars and Rebels. Yeah, I know because I did the research on it because I knew. Darth Sonic says, when are you going to upload Andor reactions? Here, I want you guys to give me your opinions. Do you want me to do Mandalorian and Andor simultaneously? I was going to do them one after the other, so I always have something Star Wars to react to. But to be honest with you, now that I have to watch Clone Wars and Rebels, I will get overloaded, especially since the deadline is in August. So, would you guys rather have it be one by one, or do you want me to quickly binge Mando? Because I've reacted to those episodes, so I could just, you know what I mean? Do you guys want me to do that? Or do you guys just want me to do like one episode Mando, one episode Andor? I know it's 12 episodes of Andor. Also, would you guys be interested in me reacting to the beginning of Andor? Just simply because I know that it is slow. So I do wonder, will people be interested to see me react to the beginning, the first 6 episodes of that show? Because I did hear that the first 6 are, a lot of build up, and then the other 6 are just where it goes all insane. Also, I know that Andy Serkis is in it because I met him and I was at his panel at Middle East Film and Comic Con last month. Andy Serkis is a wonderful guy, by the way. And he told me that the Batman 2 script is great. So I'm really happy about that. Galaxy Boy says there is so much for you to watch. So yes. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, to be honest. Seb says, you are the biggest legend. You are, because you sent me a heart. I love you so much. B Master says, I think you should binge watch Clone Wars for Ahsoka. Yeah, I totally agree. I have to. I think I have to. So might as well. Wow, we've been on live for 27 minutes. Is there something else that I want to show you guys? I mean, just for the sake of it, I built this ship with Obi-Wan in it from Attack of the Clones. Why isn't it opening? There you go. There's Obi-Wan. Any other stuff? Yeah. I built this giant, also built the Mos Eisley Cantina. Yeah, the giant set. I got that set as a self-care set in the beginning of February. It's right over there, but it's too big, so I can't lift it. Oh, also, just one other thing. Look at this. Isn't this cool? I'm a child. I am so sorry, you guys. But yeah, I have been all over Star Wars. Also, I'm wearing my Mando shirt because I love the Mandalorian. Regardless of, people's opinions on season 3. I do think they're very harsh. If I'm being honest with you, season 1 of Mandalorian had a bunch of side quest episodes. I don't know why they're being so hard on season 3, to be quite frank. I mean, that is literally Mando seasons 1 and 2. A bunch of side missions. Do you not remember episode 5 and 6 of Mando season 1? I don't know. I don't get it. It's just like people are so critical now. They just go into something with a certain expectation, and if they don't get it, then it's automatically the most horrible thing that ever existed. And I think that's just, I mean, you're never going to love anything at that point. Yoda says, how can Rey, an undeveloped character with little arc and proper character development emotion, get to make Luke pop icon for 45 years? Do it instead of him. Rey is literally the granddaughter of the devil. I mean, when you put it that way, it doesn't really make sense. But I think she's really cool. I mean, how am I supposed to argue that with you? Season 7 is the plan. Yoda says they depowered Luke and made him foolish in comparison to make Rey look decent relatively. How did they depower Luke? How did they do that? I mean, Luke in The Last Jedi pulled off some of the sickest Jedi stuff I've ever seen. I mean, he force projected himself to Kylo and then died because it was so powerful, because what he was doing was so insane. So how does that depower him? Or maybe do you mean in The Rise of Skywalker? But in The Rise of Skywalker, he was just, a force ghost. And I do love that line where he catches the saber and says, "A Jedi's weapon should be treated with respect," which I think is hilarious because I love The Last Jedi and I love The Rise of Skywalker. I'm in the minority that loved both and loved all three sequel movies. So I just get to enjoy everything I watch. It's really fun. You guys should try it. Brandon says if the Rey film is 15 years after, Finn better be training with Rey. All right. You asked for it. There is no way that John Boyega returns to Star Wars after everything he said. And I don't condemn him for saying what he said. If that's his truth, then good on him. I believe in him. He's a wonderful person. Every interview I've ever watched, he seems like such a genuine, decent guy. And he feels that he was done dirty by Star Wars. And you know what? If I had one complaint about the sequels, I would agree. Finn was done dirty. He wasn't utilized well. He deserved better. Oh, I love FN2187. I love him with all my heart. I truly do, and I don't know why. He's just so endearing. Also, they filmed The Force Awakens in Abu Dhabi, which is my home city. That's where I am right now. They filmed The Force Awakens 25 minutes away from my house. All of the Jakku scenes. So I actually recently went and checked it out, and I did a vlog, and it was really, really cool. And if you guys haven't seen that and want to, Star Wars location hunting in Abu Dhabi. Just look that up with my name and you'll find it on my channel. Um, Wolfie says, by the way, is it Wolf or Wolfie? Am I saying this wrong? I just want to know. Have you checked out the Shadow of the Sith novel? It fleshes out Rey's parents and the guy who killed them. No, I didn't. I haven't read any of the Star Wars novels, by the way, just so you guys know. Sinister says there are standards that were set by the originals and the prequels that are not being met by Disney. Would you say that The Force Awakens wasn't the standard? What about Rogue One, you guys? I mean, I'm genuinely asking, by the way. I'm sorry if that looked sarcastic. I was genuinely asking. What about Rogue One? I mean, everyone loves Rogue One, right? Rogue One is cinema. I just think that's amazing. The way they retconned why there's something in the reactor that blows up the Death Star, I just think that's unbelievable. What did Jyn Erso get called by her dad? Stardust. Stardust. God bless. God bless. Honestly. Leo says Anakin's Sith name Vader translates to the word invader, which refers to a force that invades and attacks something in order to take control. Interesting. I also heard it's like German or Russian for father, apparently. Is that true? B Master says, "Hey, I like the sequels too. God bless you. May the force be with you." The Captain Deadpool says Poe Dameron also deserved better. I mean, I agree, but he was always a funny character, and he got to be really funny in The Rise of Skywalker. But I do love Oscar Isaac, so anything with more Oscar Isaac would be great. No sense. I grew up with the sequels. I don't get all the hate. Yeah, me neither. Galaxy Boy says, "Did you know that John Boyega is a gamer? He played the Skywalker saga on Battlefield." No way! Really? Oh, damn. I wish he would have voiced Finn. Yoda says, "We better see Grogu kick Rey's butt." We better see Grogu kick Rey's butt if the new movie is set 15 years after Episode 9, Baby Yoda. Oh, goodness. That's hilarious. I'd be fine with seeing that. Brandon says he also said he might return if it was him, KK, and Disney. Really? That would be cool. Oh, I would really love that. I would really love that. Truly, I would. Omega says, "Really hope we can see Rey and Ahsoka interact, assuming she's still alive post the Rise of Skywalker or Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, I'm an idiot." Leo says, "If the sequels trilogy was made into a series, how many seasons do you want there to be and how many episodes per season?" Huh. 8 episode seasons, 3 movies, 3 seasons, right? Yeah, I think that would be good enough. And I think if they just like stretched it out, it would be better. But then again, Obi-Wan was 6, and I think that could have been longer. So, Wolfie says, I don't hate Rogue One, but it's my least favorite Star Wars movie. No way. You even like the Ewok movies more. I haven't seen them, but I've seen a lot of clips. I also haven't seen the Star Wars holiday special. I think I might react to that. But by the way, May the 4th, I'm doing a movie commentary on the Return of the Jedi, inshallah. Also, I'm getting a huge UCX X-Wing Lego set on May the 4th, inshallah. Very excited. I'm saving up from now because I don't want to get it a day late. I want to build it on the day and I want to upload the video on the day, so I should have that ready soon. Claregus says, I'm not the biggest fan of the sequels, but I really do hope that the Rey movie is good and received well because I love Daisy Ridley and she deserves a lot more love from the fandom. I totally agree. I mean, not to spoil, but Ahmed Best, I want that for her. I'm just saying. Noel says, Rogue One is wonderful. I knew it was coming, but I was just as surprised as when I watched Remember Me. I haven't seen Remember Me. Is it good? Do you guys want me to react to that? That's way off topic. The Captain Deadpool says, have you seen the Ewoks Caravan of Courage? It's a real trip. I haven't. I haven't. But I've seen, like, I've heard a lot because I've been doing a lot of Star Wars research and watching random Star Wars videos on YouTube. B Master says, imagine being high too. I mean, imagine being high too. Yoda says, also, you are a cool channel. Have you ever played the Force Unleashed games? No, I haven't. Thank you so much for saying I have a cool channel. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Mark says, have you seen the trailer for the Ahsoka series? I watched 5 seconds of it and then realized I was spoiling myself, so I had to dip. Yoda says, play stream them one day would be cool. How do I stream gaming? Because that might be something. That's all I'm going to say. B Master says, whatever you do, do not get the UCS AT-AT. It was so hard to get it on the shelf. It's too big for me. Also, I just really don't like the way it looks. It just looks really stale. There's no detail on it because that's how they look in The Empire Strikes Back. So that's not for me, unfortunately. Wolfie says, I actually didn't care for the sequels much until I saw Rise of Skywalker. That trilogy fixed. Really? It fixed the trilogy for you. That's really interesting. I'm glad to hear you say that. Leo says Ben is reckless like Han, single-mindedly devoted to a cause like Leia, physically courageous like both Han and Leia, and snarky like both Han. Are you trying to make me cry, Leo? If you wanted to, you could have just said, Princess Leia, Organa, you are wise, discerning, kind-hearted. These are qualities that you got from your mother. I don't know. I messed up the quote. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that makes me bawl. I actually rewatched my reaction and cried with myself, crying while watching the Obi-Wan finale. Mental issues. Omega says, have you done any research on Rebels characters? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Don't worry about it. B Master says, interesting. Indeed. Mimi says, have you watched any Indiana Jones movies? I reacted to them all on my channel right after Star Wars. You should check them out. B Master says, yeah, he did. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. Thank you. The Captain Deadpool says, I was the opposite. It was the opposite with me. Brandon says, by the way, when you watch Andor, you will love Mon Mothma. She's such a great character. I mean, I hope so. I'm trying to remember what she looks like. She's at Yavin 4, right? I'm assuming she's the one at Yavin 4. It's registering to me. Leo says, despite his immense skill in lightsaber combat, Palpatine believed that the Sith only carried lightsabers to mock the Jedi. Interesting. I never knew that. All right, you guys. We've been live for 38 minutes. I thought I was going to be here for 10 minutes. But yeah, I really hope you guys are excited for new Star Wars content. We're also getting a new Dave Filoni Star Wars movie. I'm interested to see what that's about. Hopefully, I'll be more interested after I watch the Clone Wars and Rebels. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this conversational video. If these videos are decent, I would love to continue doing them. It's just so easy. It's so easy to get on here and speak to you all, apart from the fact that I have to make my bed. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I really hope that I get to have more conversations like these with you guys. I can do this every day. I'm being dead serious. I mean, I can put an hour aside to go on live with you guys. I think it would be so fun. And it's really wonderful to kind of just talk about movie news as it comes out. Before I go, because I said movie news and it came to me, or maybe I should do that tomorrow, or maybe on Sunday. I want to do a video discussing the footage of Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix on Joker 2 because by God Almighty, you guys know how much of a Lady Gaga fan I am. If you don't, Lady Gaga has been a huge inspiration to me ever since I was a kid. I discovered her when I was 8 years old, and I have been a fan ever since because she is just an amazing artist. She means the world to me. When she started acting, I then started becoming more and more proud of her as the time went on because of how excellent she is. She is amazing. I saw her live in 2014, and I really hope I get to see her one more time, especially for the Chromatica tour, because I just love her music so much. And so seeing her as Harley Quinn is just amazing. Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor. I hope she gets nominated Best Actress for this movie. I'm really rooting for her, you guys. She means everything to me, truly. She's my favorite artist of all time. So I just really hope that she pulls through for that. And I'm really excited. So Sunday's live stream will be about that. I'm also releasing Mando episode 2 on Sunday, inshallah. And I'm trying to release them daily. So by the time the finale comes out, I can react in real time. Sodom says, "Why go?" Because I want to eat. Wolfie says, "I love you, Nasser. I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for staying. Thank you guys so much." B Master says, "Petition for Nasser to make a gaming channel." I just recently found out that you don't need a TV to get a PS5. You just need a monitor. So I could get a monitor, literally place it here, and play Hogwarts Legacy and play Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. I can do that. The only reason I couldn't is because I would say, okay, if I get a PS5, where would I play it? Where would I play it? My dad's on the TV downstairs. I wouldn't be able to. But now I found out that you just get an HDMI cable and connect it to a monitor. I don't need to do it on the screen. So that's really, really exciting. So I am considering that. Even though I don't think that would be a very great idea. But if I would do it for my channel, if I could make videos on it, then it could be very beneficial. It could be like really beneficial for me. So I'm not just kind of wasting a lot of my time just playing a game, which is what I've been doing in my spare time playing Lego Skywalker Saga. Wolfie says Gaga is life. Hell yeah. Yoda says stream Hogwarts Legacy. I will never, ever, ever leave Harry Potter in the dust. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will find a way. Galaxy Boy says, bye now. So bye, Galaxy Boy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, if any of you are late and are watching this live stream back, let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about the Rey Skywalker TV show. This has been a lot of fun. I really love you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna click end stream and it's gonna wait 5 seconds. So I'm gonna just smile and wait for it to end. So here, I'm gonna do a freeze frame.